Nancy Cordes at the United Center in Chicago. Welcome to a special Democratic National Convention edition of America Decides. Supporters are gathering here in Chicago for night 2 of the Democratic National Convention as the party looks to the future. That's the theme of tonight. A ceremonial roll call will be held this evening to select Kamala Harris as the Democratic nominee for president. Tonight, President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama will rally behind Harris. They'll both be speaking here, addressing the crowd in their hometown of Chicago. Also on the speaker's docket tonight, second gentleman Doug Emhoff. He'll be talking about his wife. And as night 2 of the DNC gets underway, Vice President Harris, she's not here. She's breaking away from the convention for her first campaign rally as the nominee in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're going to get to that a little bit later. But first, here at the United Center, Adriana Diaz is down at the floor and joins us now. Adriana, tell us a little bit about the headliners, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, and what we expect to hear from them tonight.
Hi, Nancy. Good evening. It is a party atmosphere. People are dancing out here on the floor. We are at the podium position, which is just off stage. And yes, those headliners, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, you can't get bigger star power, any more wattage in the Democratic Party. And we expect them to do what they do here in Chicago to make this crowd fired up and ready to go. But this is really a full circle moment because in 2008, Kamala Harris, when she was DA in San Francisco, actually volunteered for Barack Obama. She was a volunteer in Iowa, and now he's out here essentially volunteering for her. What we expect him to say is make clear that Harris and Walz are exactly what the country needs right now.
Right, and he has known her for 20 years, so he has the opportunity to really paint a picture of her in very personal terms if he wants to. Adriana, we know that they've had to make some tweaks to the schedule tonight to ensure that what we saw last night doesn't happen again tonight, where the headliner, in last night's case, it was the president, Joe Biden, ends up speaking about 45 minutes later than scheduled, well outside of prime time, closer to midnight Eastern time. So they're trying to streamline things tonight so we hear from the Obamas a little bit earlier. But talk to me a little bit about the fact that they are speaking here in Chicago, a city that means so much to them, a city where Barack Obama really got his start, as he likes to talk about, as a community organizer.
I mean, the Obamas are synonymous with Chicago. The only other Chicagoan that people really revere, like they do the Obamas, is Harold Washington, Chicago's first black mayor. But the Obamas are, you know, and Nancy, you know, I used to live here. I was here for almost 10 years. They are Chicago's own. We remember those images from Grant Park when everyone gathered when he won the election in 2008. So the fact that they are coming back home to Chicago to address the crowd and to tell these people to turn out and vote, and that Kamala Harris has his full support is significant. And Chicago is really where you saw the spectrum of Barack Obama. You saw the grassroots community organizer on the south side, on the west sides of Chicago, doing really important and difficult community work. And he also was doing corporate law. That's what brought him to the city of Chicago to begin with. He, of course, met Michelle here, and the rest is history. But this is a hometown boy, even though he was raised in your home state of Hawaii. But this is going to be a homecoming for the Obamas for sure.
No question. You know, throughout this 4-day convention, we're hearing from some family members of the nominees that we don't typically hear from. Ashley Biden introduced her father, Joe Biden, last night. And tonight, Cole Emhoff is going to be introducing his father, Doug Emhoff. We're also going to be hearing tonight from one of the most beloved progressives here in this hall, Bernie Sanders, and we're going to be hearing from some Republicans as well. What is the message that the organizers are trying to send by inviting Republicans to speak here at the Democratic convention?
I think the message is spectrum. There is a broad support. There's a broad range of support for Kamala Harris. As you mentioned, Cole Emhoff other kind of younger speakers, Ashley Biden. The youth vote is so important and so critical to a Harris victory. So we have the youth vote. We also have establishment Democrats, Chuck Schumer speaking tonight, Bernie Sanders is speaking tonight. And then we have Republicans who have crossed party lines to support Harris. Stephanie Grisham, who, used to work for former President Trump in the White House as his press secretary and worked for Melania Trump. She's going to come out here and say, I was a fervent Trump supporter, and I am here now supporting his opponent because she will outline, just things that happened behind the scenes that she believes really paints the real picture of Donald Trump, and she's going to lay it all out here for the crowd.
If you've been watching Adriana, your eyes are not deceiving you. It suddenly went dark in the hall, and of course it went dark where Adriana is standing as well. She is at the mercy of whatever is going on stage. They're playing a video, and so of course they brought the lights down in order to do that. But Adriana reporting through it all. Thanks so much for setting the scene for us tonight.